This video utilizes Stoic philosophy from prominent thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus to outline 10 signs for identifying a malicious, toxic person in life. Stoicism emphasizes self-control, reason, and the ability to shield one's soul from negative influences, making it a valuable tool for dealing with dangerous individuals. These people often skillfully conceal their true nature through subtle behaviors such as manipulation, feigned charm, or remorseless lying, making them hard to detect at first. However, by closely observing their actions and intentions, such as their lack of empathy, thirst for control, or delight in others' pain, their reality becomes clear. Beyond merely listing these signs, the video encourages applying Stoic principles for self-protection, maintaining clarity, setting boundaries, and not letting emotions be swayed. This echoes Marcus Aurelius's teaching that true strength lies in the mind, not external circumstances. By recognizing and addressing toxic individuals, one can safeguard inner peace and personal worth. 1. Constant manipulation. Constant manipulation is one of the prominent signs of a malicious, toxic person, analyzed through the lens of Stoic philosophy in the video. This behavior is not mere deception but a deliberate tactic aimed at controlling others' minds and emotions. Manipulators skillfully distort the truth, turning minor details into tools to mislead your perception. They do not rely on honesty or build trust. Instead, they exploit vulnerabilities, such as your lack of confidence or kindness, to create dependency. For instance, they might exaggerate your mistakes or make you feel inadequate, positioning themselves as your guide or savior in your eyes. The consequence of this manipulation is that you begin to doubt yourself, your abilities, worth, and even the reality you experience. This is their goal: to weaken your self-mastery, which Stoic philosopher Epictetus considered the foundation of freedom. When you lose faith in yourself, they can more easily dominate your thoughts and actions. However, Stoicism offers a remedy: maintaining clarity and self-control. Seneca warned that manipulators thrive on others' fears and insecurities. But you can break this cycle by refusing to play their game. By focusing on the truth, questioning their intentions, and protecting your personal boundaries, you reclaim ownership of your mind. Manipulation only works when you allow it to affect you. Thus, as Marcus Aurelius advised, hold fast to your spirit and let no one rob you of your independence. 2. Mask of charm. Mask of charm is a key sign of malicious, toxic individuals, analyzed in the video through the lens of Stoic philosophy. These people wield charm as a sophisticated tool, not to foster genuine relationships, but to serve their personal interests. They possess a remarkable ability to captivate others with radiant smiles, sweet words, or warm gestures, making you feel valued and special. However, beneath this flawless exterior lies a hidden motive. They don't truly care about you. They seek to exploit your trust or admiration for their own gain. Stoic philosopher Epictetus warned that appearances, no matter how dazzling, often conceal the truth within. Their charm is not natural but carefully calculated, like a scripted performance designed to manipulate your emotions. For example, they might flatter you when they need support, only to turn cold or even disparage you once your usefulness fades. Marcus Aurelius emphasized that actions, not words, are the true measure of character. To unmask this charm, observe how they treat those who offer them no benefit or how they behave when no one is watching. Stoicism teaches that genuine sincerity needs no embellishment, while pretense always leaves traces. The countermeasure is to trust your intuition, if their charm feels tinged with unease. Proceed with caution. Don't let appearances deceive you. Seek the truth through consistent behavior and set boundaries to shield yourself from this disguised manipulation. 3. Lying without remorse. Lying without remorse is a clear sign of malicious, toxic individuals, as analyzed in the video through the lens of Stoic philosophy. These are not random or careless lies but deliberate fabrications crafted to serve personal interests, often to gain power or evade responsibility. Such people view truth as an obstacle to overcome, and they boo you to distort reality to achieve their goals. Marcus Aurelius advised that nothing untrue should be spoken. Yet for them, lying has become second nature, devoid of guilt or regret. This behavior is dangerous because it not only deceives others but also disrupts the victim's perception of reality. For example, they might exaggerate achievements to win trust or concoct stories to shift blame when confronted. When exposed, instead of admitting fault, they weave additional layers of deceit to protect their ego. This creates a spiral of doubt, leaving you questioning whether you've misunderstood, thus handing them control. Stoicism, through Seneca's words, asserts that truth needs no defense, while lies require fragile upkeep. To counter this, focus on the inconsistencies between their words and actions, cracks through which the truth eventually seeps. Don't get entangled in their narratives, ask questions, demand transparency, and stand firm. As Marcus Aurelius taught, strength lies in safeguarding your mind from deception, enabling you to remain steadfast against their unrepentant web of lies. 4. Lack of empathy. Lack of empathy is a significant sign of malicious, toxic individuals, as analyzed in the video through Stoic philosophy. This is not mere indifference but a reflection of an empty soul, incapable or unwilling to connect with others' emotions. Seneca emphasized that humans are social beings, born to share joy and sorrow. Yet for these individuals, you are merely a tool for their personal gain. They care little for your pain or happiness unless it directly benefits them. This behavior manifests as coldness or superficial concern. For instance, when you share a struggle, they might dismiss it by redirecting the conversation to themselves or display apathy, perhaps even subtly reveling in your misfortune. This lack of empathy not only wounds but also turns relationships one-sided and emotionally draining. Marcus Aurelius warned that a soul devoid of compassion reflects deep selfishness, transforming them into exploiters rather than companions. Stoicism teaches that empathy is the bedrock of meaningful relationships, while indifference signals a dangerous character. To cope, recognize that their coldness stems from their nature, not your shortcomings. Set firm boundaries, protect your self-worth, and seek relationships built on mutual respect. As Epictetus advised, associate with those who uplift you, rather than letting the callousness of others drag you down. Lack of empathy isn't just a flaw, it's a warning to safeguard yourself. 5. Thirst for control. Thirst for control is a prominent trait of malicious, toxic individuals, as analyzed in the video through Stoic philosophy. These people don't merely seek influence, they crave complete domination over your thoughts and actions, turning you into a tool for their purposes. This is a sophisticated tactic aimed at undermining your self-mastery, the core of personal freedom. According to Epictetus, they might use feigned advice, subtle criticism, or emotional pressure to make you doubt your abilities, fostering dependence on them. This behavior often starts subtly, such as offering helpful suggestions, but gradually becomes overbearing. For example, they may convince you that you're not capable of making decisions alone, instilling a sense that you need their guidance. Marcus Aurelius asserted that your mind is the only thing you can fully control. Yet these individuals target this very autonomy, eroding your independence. As your self-mastery weakens, you become more susceptible to their manipulation, losing the ability to act according to your own values. Stoicism offers a remedy: safeguard your mind and assert your freedom. To counter this, identify the true intent behind their words and actions. Don't let the doubts they plant shake your confidence. Set clear boundaries, focus on what aligns with your principles, and reject their dominance. As Epictetus advised, true freedom comes from not being controlled by anyone but yourself. By standing firm, you not only protect your self-mastery but also affirm your inner strength against those who thirst for control. 6. Blame games and deflection. Blame games and deflection are hallmark traits of malicious, toxic individuals, as explored in the video through Stoic philosophy. These people refuse to take responsibility for their actions, instead consistently shifting blame onto others or external circumstances. This isn't mere immaturity, it's a manipulative tactic to protect their ego and evade consequences. Seneca noted that truth requires no justification. Yet these individuals concoct intricate stories to mask their faults, casting themselves as victims in every scenario. This behavior manifests in their skillful redirection of criticism. For instance, when a plan fails, rather than owning their shortcomings, they might fault you for not supporting enough, or cite uncontrollable circumstances. This not only absolves them of accountability but also prompts you to question yourself, even when the fault isn't yours. Marcus Aurelius taught that honesty and responsibility signify a strong character, while deflection reflects a weak soul reliant on excuses. Stoicism advises countering this by standing firm and focusing on the truth. When dealing with such individuals, don't let emotions get swept up in their blame games. Look to objective evidence, demand clarity, and refuse to shoulder burdens that aren't yours. Set clear boundaries to shield your mind from this manipulation. As Epictetus counseled, control what lies within your power and disregard deceit beyond your will. By not engaging in their deflection, you preserve your integrity and inner peace, rising above their baseless accusations. 7. Pleasure in pain. Pleasure in pain is a chilling trait of malicious, toxic individuals, as analyzed in the video through Stoic philosophy. This goes beyond indifference, it's a perverse joy in seeing others suffer. which they use to bolster their sense of superiority. Epictetus advised associating with those who improve you. But these individuals defy that, seeking opportunities to demean others rather than grow together. This behavior reveals a warped soul, devoid of empathy and riddled with insecurity. They may express this subtly, mocking someone's failure, spreading rumors to harm reputations, or quietly relishing another's hardship. For instance, they might chuckle at a colleague's reprimand, not out of humor but because it makes them feel superior. Seneca observed that true joy doesn't stem from others' downfall but from maturing through adversity. For them, others' pain becomes a tool to mask their inner emptiness. Stoicism teaches that self-worth should come from self-improvement, not others' collapse. To counter this, recognize that their toxic pleasure signals weakness, not strength. Distance yourself from them, safeguarding your spirit by focusing on positive relationships where people uplift one another. As Marcus Aurelius advised, direct your mind toward noble things, preventing their negativity from tainting your peace. This delight in pain serves as a warning to choose your companions wisely. 8. Isolation as a weapon. Isolation as a weapon is a dangerous tactic of malicious, toxic individuals, as analyzed in the video through Stoic philosophy. These people deliberately sever you from family, friends, or supportive relationships to weaken your mental resilience and make you more susceptible to manipulation. Marcus Aurelius affirmed that humans are born to cooperate and draw strength from unity. But these individuals subvert this natural order, turning isolation into a tool for control. By dismantling your support network, they create a void they can fill, fostering your dependence on them. This behavior often starts subtly with remarks like, "Your friends don't really care about you," or "Your family doesn't understand you like I do." Over time, they sow doubt, driving a wedge between you and your closest allies. Once isolated, you become easier to manipulate, lacking others to confide in or compare perspectives with. This is a calculated psychological assault targeting connection, the greatest source of human strength. Stoicism teaches that unity is the bedrock of resilience, and isolation signals malicious intent. To counter this, pay attention to their attempts to divide and trust your instincts. Don't let them undermine your faith in genuine relationships. Actively maintain ties with those who love you, as they are your shield against manipulation. As Epictetus advised, protect what lies within your control, including your right to connection. By rejecting isolation, you preserve your strength and freedom against their schemes. 9. Jealousy in disguise. Jealousy in disguise is a subtle trait of malicious, toxic individuals, as analyzed in the video through Stoic philosophy. These people don't openly display their envy but cleverly mask it under the guise of praise or seemingly harmless advice. Their aim isn't to uplift you but to diminish you, undermining your confidence and achievements. Seneca called jealousy the ulcer of the soul. And for these individuals, it becomes a weapon to suppress others' light, as they cannot bear to see you shine. This behavior often surfaces through double-edged remarks. For example, after you achieve something, they might say, "That's great, but next time push harder to really stand out," words that sound encouraging but subtly plant doubt about your worth. This feigned advice isn't meant to help you grow but to make you feel inadequate. reducing the threat your success poses to them. Their jealousy stems from deep insecurity. They can't rejoice in your happiness because it highlights their own shortcomings. Stoicism urges trusting your intuition and peering into true intentions. To counter this, recognize the insincerity in their words and refuse to let their belittling shake your belief in yourself. Focus on your intrinsic value and surround yourself with genuine supporters. As Marcus Aurelius taught, happiness lies in your own mind, not in validation from the envious. By seeing through their disguise, you protect your light from being extinguished. 10. Unrepentant heart. Unrepentant heart is the final yet stark sign of malicious, toxic individuals, as analyzed in the video through Stoic philosophy. These people never admit their mistakes, have no intention of changing, and always justify their harmful behavior. To them, self-reflection or correction is a sign of weakness, while stubbornness is seen as strength. Marcus Aurelius taught that one should focus on self-improvement rather than debating what's right. But they live the opposite, rejecting any chance for growth. This behavior shows through stubbornness and defensiveness. When they cause harm, instead of apologizing, they offer excuses like, "I had no choice," or "everyone does it," even blaming the victim for being too sensitive. This lack of remorse not only hurts those around them but reflects a closed-off soul. Unwilling to face the truth, they cling to destructive habits, convincing themselves they're not wrong, despite clear evidence otherwise. Stoicism views admitting faults and changing as acts of courage and self-respect. To deal with them, recognize that their unrepentance is their issue, not your duty to fix. Keep your distance, protect your energy, and invest in relationships with those willing to grow. As Epictetus advised, focus on what you can control, your reactions and choices. Don't waste time arguing with someone unwilling to change. By letting go, you maintain your peace and live true to your values, rising above their unrepentant heart. The video leverages Stoic philosophy to encourage viewers to protect themselves from malicious, toxic individuals through three core elements: clarity, self-control, and clear boundaries. Clarity enables you to spot manipulative signs, like remorseless lies or disguised jealousy, rather than being swayed by emotions or false appearances. Self-control, as Epictetus emphasized, is the ability to master your reactions to blame or controlling behavior. Standing firm instead of letting others dominate your mind. Clear boundaries act as a practical shield, blocking the intrusion of those lacking empathy or reveling in pain, ensuring you aren't dragged into their negative spiral. The central message is that true strength lies not in defeating the wicked through conflict, but in mastering your mind, something Marcus Aurelius deemed the source of happiness and freedom. Maintaining inner peace amid toxic influences not only keeps you grounded but also affirms your self-worth. The video underscores that, despite a world rife with manipulators, you can safeguard your tranquility by refusing to play their game. It's a call to live proactively, focusing on what you can control and letting go of what's unworthy, thereby forging a resilient and meaningful life amidst challenges.